And we are live. I am Phoenix on Purpose, and this is Purpose Not Permission. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, please be sure to do so. Like the video on your way into the room, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this topic. If you're listening to the audio version only on my podcast, be sure to download all episodes and leave it a 5-star rating. If you're watching the visual replay on YouTube, again, like the video and leave me a comment. So today's topic is your family is your soul tribe. Your family isn't necessarily the people that you are born into. Good afternoon. Thanks for watching. Your family isn't necessarily comprised of the people that you are born into. That's the family that God decided to place you in. You didn't have a choice in that. Your family, the people who you vibe with, the people who are your soul tribe, is just that. Your family is what you make it. If you decide to evolve in life, if you decide to move on in life and actually grow, change, learn, and evolve, and you realize the people that are around you aren't changing, growing, learning, or evolving, it is okay for you to separate. I think lots of times people feel that they're tethered or tied to their birth family, not realizing that sometimes our birth family is only to teach us certain lessons about life, to show us certain things, to show us examples of who we should be and who we shouldn't be. There had to come a time in my own life where I had to realize, okay, we've had great times. We've had great family memories. We've had trips and vacations, and we've had family outings. We've had birthdays together and holidays and house parties and gatherings, and we've had some amazing times, and those were great, but I want more. I think there's greater available for me. I think there's greater available to me. There came a time where in everyone's life, right, where our elder family members start to pass away, they start to die on. And after my grandmother passed, then my mother passed, my favorite aunt passed, and then my oldest uncle passed away, I started to realize, oh, wait a minute, this is real. Excuse me, guys. I said, wait a minute. Excuse me, y'all. I said, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. This is real. This is real. Life is short. Life is what you make it, and you are allowed to form your own memories, design design your own life. You are allowed to usher the people into your life who make your soul feel good, who make your soul feel fulfilled, the people who bring you joy, where there's no chaos, there's no confusion. Again, everyone's growing, everyone's learning, everyone's changing, everyone is evolving, everyone is. I made a post a long time ago. This was a really long time ago, maybe 2 years now. And I said, I would hate to live and die in a zip code that I have never evolved from, mentally, spiritually, physically, or in any other way, shape, or form. I would hate to live and die in a zip code that I have never grown or evolved from. And what that meant to me at that time was I was starting to just, again, examine the people who were in my immediate circle, the people who I was used to having consistent access to, the people who I was used to surrounding myself with. And I started to realize, oh, we're growing in different directions. There is no good or bad label, because I don't think that there is a such thing. That doesn't exist. There's no good or bad label. There's just what is and what isn't. I started to realize, oh, all the things that I thought were cute and funny in my 20s aren't anymore. I'm starting to realize, oh, um, the funny drunk uncle who smokes weed every day is actually a functioning alcoholic, and this is not cute. It affects his employment, it affects his health in a major way, it affects his life overall, and this is not the example that I want to keep around me. My elders who were upwardly mobile are all gone and passed away. The elders that I was really watching and learning from in ways that were helpful to me are all gone. They've passed away. So I'm going to have to make a decision to separate. I didn't realize that I had certain family members in deep illicit drug addiction because I had never seen the actual behavior. It was rumored to be happening in my family. There were rumors, there were whispers about it, but it was never visual in my face. So I had to say, oh, wait a minute, these behaviors are indicators, and these behaviors, these toxic behaviors and ways of being are just not something that I want to have around me again, especially after my mother passed. It was like there was no point in continuing with the family connection. Again, your family is your soul tribe. It is very possible for you to meet a group of people, be it, yeah, they may be a stranger today, but tomorrow they may not be. It is possible for you to meet a group of people, a new soul tribe, for you to surround yourself with people who exude healthy behaviors, people who are growing, learning, changing, and evolving, traveling the world, having new life experiences, gaining new memories, seeing what else there is out there aside from the home that you were born into, the environment that you were born into, the circumstances that you were born into, and repeating the same toxic behaviors that you were born into. I'm someone who doesn't believe in sweeping things under the rug. I like to have healthy dialogue, iron things out, patch things out, talk out any issues that may arise, any disagreements, anything where we don't see eye to eye. And I had to start realizing, oh, there are these, yeah, what I'm being faced with and what I'm dealing with is people who don't want to break the generational patterns. A lot of people call them curses. I mistakenly call them generational curses at times as well. They're actually generational patterns. And at some point, you have to realize, I think there are a lot of individuals out there from the research and the work that I've done, the studying that I've done on YouTube and in talking to people just out and about on the street, people that I may meet out to dinner, out to lunch, people that I may meet in the store. I'm always talking to someone, people who I've worked with in the past. In certain capacities, I have conversations with people, certain outliers, I call them, particularly those who look like me, that come from, certain impoverished environments, and I'll have conversations with them and they'll say things like, sometimes you just have to separate and it's okay. Sometimes you just have to realize that what you want out of life isn't what others want. That's okay. We all make different choices, decisions for our lives. You're not necessarily tethered to the family that you're born into. You have to be open and willing to talk to strangers, say hi to people, strike up conversation, find a commonality. If it's a woman, compliment her on her outfit, her appearance, ask her where she goes shopping, just in general conversation, not being weird or, being someone who's, just have general conversations with people. You never know what may come out of a connection. I actually have a woman who I've been meaning to call to schedule a lunch date with. I met her. I was out to dinner one night at a restaurant. We started having conversation about dating and different men and what her perspective was. She was a divorcee. So we started just having general conversation. And she was someone who was really interesting to talk to. We wound up talking the entire dinner. It was maybe 45 minutes. We were laughing, joking, having a good time. We exchanged cards. And I kept saying, I'm going to call her. She told me to call her, schedule, some kind of lunch or whatever. And I haven't yet, but I definitely this is someone who I'd probably want to hang out with. And this is someone who doesn't look like me. She's a white woman, but she was extremely cool. She was older than me, seemed very wise, seemed very happy and secure in what she had going on in her life. Right. And yeah, that's someone who I'd possibly consider as a friend. I am very intentional about, and I think more people, especially those who are working in their purpose, walking in their purpose, you've made a clear, defined plan for your life. You know what it is that you want out of life, to find other like minds of that same tribe. You have less competition, less jealousy from other women. This is something specific to the women, right? It's important for you to surround yourself with people that are really, really happy with their lives. People who are working toward something for themselves, people who are happy with everything that they have going on. They're happy with themselves from head to toe. They don't want to be you, they don't want to distract or detract from you. They're not going to suck your energy. It's important to have that type of soul tribe around you, ladies. And the men that you date, ladies, it's important for you to understand a man's role in a relationship and know and also know what your role is, and know that there are uh, great relationships that you can cultivate with the opposite sex, having men around you who are walking in their purpose. Again, especially if you're walking in yours, that's important. It's very important for healthy like minds to make tribe with healthy like minds. And again, that may not necessarily be the family that you were born into. It's not a good or bad thing. It's just a clear, defined difference in who people are. Everyone isn't meant to be or stay in the same tribe for your whole life, right? I literally remember having a conversation with this same uncle that I'm referencing, right? And again, I love him. And again, this may seem distasteful to those who haven't done their work and their research on the internet, to listen to other people's stories and other people who are speakers, right? But I've done my work and my research. So this doesn't feel distasteful to me. I'm speaking about my life experiences. I had a conversation, I remember at one point, with my uncle. And um, I was asking him, he said to me, he had never in his life been on an airplane ever. And his only thing that he ever wanted to do on vacation was to take his week of vacation, smoke weed every day, get high. And the furthest he'd ever been was to Atlantic City on a road trip to AC. And that was what he wanted out of life. And that was what was satisfying to him. I had to learn how to be okay with that. I have had to learn how to not impose my will on other people's lives, because in that moment, I wanted to say so many things to him. I wanted to say, you don't ever want to leave the country. You don't ever want to eat foreign cuisine. You don't ever want to experience anything outside of Burger King or cheeseburgers and french fries and fried chicken every day. Like, and vodka and weed and watching TV. Like, you don't want more, and going back and forth to work every day and paying bills. That's not what we were put on this earth for. It just isn't. There's more out here to life, in my opinion. That's what I decided for myself. I had to not impose my will on him. And although I've learned a great deal in life from him in other beautiful, amazing ways, other life lessons that I would never discount or take away from, in that I learned that everything that he had to give me, he gave me. from childhood to my 20s. He gave me everything that he had. There's nothing more that I can get from him, if that makes sense. There's nothing more for me to learn here. So now at this point, any continued growth or evolution in my own life, any continued furtherance of life experiences, anything that is greater than what the people around you have or are doing is now going to be a threat to them because it threatens their entire existence, especially when people say out of their mouths that they're happy with their lives, but you know that they really aren't because the things that you do are bothersome to them. Your family is your soul tribe. It's the people who you meet, the people who you are like minded with, the people who you are like minded in the things that you do in life. If you're someone who likes to travel, if you're someone who, again, whatever the things are, if you like to read, if you like to expand your mind, your knowledge, if you're someone who likes to, ladies, I would love a homegirl who's a mean chef, a home chef in the kitchen. I'd love to exchange recipes. I feel like I have nicknamed myself Kimmy Crocker. Literally, I can make and create anything, right? Um, yeah, so your family is your soul tribe. It's not necessarily the people who you were born to. Uh, Also, there's something that is very important. And again, I fully respect um, all of my elders. I fully respect all of my elders. But when you're in the process of breaking and no longer conforming to the generational patterns that have been laid out for you, um, yet remaining in those dynamics becomes something that becomes toxic to you because it starts to trigger certain questions that you may have about certain things that may have gone on throughout the family dynamic, right? And there are certain topics that certain family members refuse to discuss or address. And again, I am not someone who enjoys sweeping anything under the rug. If I'm having a conversation with you and saying, hey, why do you feel you need to drink every single day? Don't you see the jaundice in your eyes? Haven't you seen the pattern of, how the toxic behaviors have destroyed other family members? Why don't you want to start doing something to give you more joy, because apparently you're using alcohol or whatever your crutch is or whatever your vice is as a source for your joy, and there are much healthier sources. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with drinking. Every now and again I will have a cocktail, right, when I'm out for dinner or what have you, right? Not every time, but every now and again I will. Drinking every single day, um, yeah, those are signs and behaviors of an either functional or dysfunctional alcoholic. And that comes with a whole host of other problems. Again, what we thought was cute and funny in our 20s no longer is when we start to understand the realities of life. When it comes to marriage, when it comes to life partnership, this is a biblical principle, but if you just look at the reality of life and how that works, how it goes, right? You can actually apply this whether or not you're a Christian, whether or not you read the Bible, whether or not whatever it is you believe, right? There's a scripture that says, cleave unto your wife, right? And let me just break this down. Cleave unto your wife is a phrase from the King James Version of the Bible. In Genesis 2:24, which says, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. The word cleave means to cling, glue, or adhere. The Hebrew word used in Genesis is even more expressive, meaning to cling to, to adhere to abide fast together, or to follow, right? These come from Again, Genesis 2:24, which says, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one." The act of cleaving involves fully respecting your mate, honoring him or her, knowing them, and enjoying that intimacy. So there's a lot more I could read about that, but just to break that down to you, what that means to me in layman's terms is when you get married or when you develop a life partnership, when you date and you've had enough of dating or wherever you are in life and you decide to, again, establish a life partner, right? That life partner then becomes your family, your husband, wife, your spouse, your mate, your partner, whatever you label it. That person is now your family. That's the person who is first and foremost, number one, because you two become one flesh. So that is the person that you defer to for all household questions, issues, whatever problems that you're having in your household remain in your household. They don't leave your household unless you're seeking counsel from a neutral third party to resolve whatever conflict comes up that can't be resolved within the two of you under your roof in your household. You don't ever tell anyone on the outside about your problems that are going on under your roof, because strangers don't forgive the problems that are happening under your roof. Strangers will never forget the argument that you told them about. Strangers will never forget the bad times that you told them about that you're having with your partner. Strangers will never forget the bad words that were said to or about you from your partner. Stranger or that you said about your strangers do not ever forget those things. Those are forever ingrained in their mind. And if a stranger knows that you're having problems under your roof with your spouse or partner, they're going to hold on to that and wonder why you're remaining in that relationship, especially if things aren't improving. So you're going to have outside noise and outside voices in your relationship. Again, your family is your soul tribe. Once you choose a wife, a husband, a spouse, a partner for your life, cleaving unto your spouse, partner, or wife means I defer first for everything. What we do with our finances, where we're going on vacation, how we manage our lives, what division we're making with the bills, who's responsible for what household responsibilities I'm going to take on, what household responsibilities my spouse or partner takes on. We are one. No one else has the right to put their mouths on your relationship or speak about what goes on in your household, again, unless you have hired a neutral third party who has no relation or affiliation with you and your partner, involving or remaining around toxic family members who have their way of handling their life, their relationship, whatever it is that they feel works best for them. Involving them in what goes on under your roof is not going to be good for you. It's a no-no, right? There's a lot more with that, but yeah, and bringing your problems public, bringing them to with this new world of social media, bringing your problems to the internet, having a camera in your face at all times when you're under your roof in your safe space, all those things, for me, in my opinion, right, are no-nos. The whole world should not have access to your relationship. It destroys connections. It really does. It allows too many people to have voices, mouths, and opinions on your life to influence your decisions, and that will affect the bond of the relationship. Again, your family is your soul tribe, right? So I want to thanks for joining, everyone. Let me just reading some of the comments. Okay, thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate you. Make sure you like the video. It will be posted shortly to YouTube and then uploaded on my full podcast. Make sure you are downloading all episodes and giving it a 5-star rating. So yeah, just to wrap this up, Your family is your soul tribe. Your family is who you choose. Your family uh, members that you want around you, your family, your soul tribe are those with like minds. And as you grow, change, learn, and evolve in life, as you get older, as you move into different phases, different spaces, different places in life, a different mental headspace, a different level of peace, you're going to find that you're going to start losing a lot of people. You're going to start to lose a lot of people, and you have to be okay with that. Yes, your upbringing may have been amazing. Your upbringing may not have been so good. Whatever it is, right? Um, you have to make a choice for you that you're going to build new memories, that you are not going to be so tethered and tied to your past. I think a lot of people, again, feel that they don't have a choice or that they're afraid to make a choice because of what we're so familiar with. The devil that you know, right, is easier than letting go. The devil that you know. Well, what if there are new angels that are waiting to meet you, right? We hold on to the past and past people and past experiences. Those experiences aren't happening anymore. They're in the past. Each and every day is an opportunity to make new memories, right? So make some new memories. I hope this video helps someone out. Love, travel, and manifest. Live your life for purpose without asking anyone else for permission. And in case no one told you today, I love you. I love you with agape love. I love you because I love myself. I want the best for others because I want the best for myself, right? And I will check in with you soon.